Hey, this is Malachi Barrett with MLive. We're here in Freeland, Michigan today, just north of Saginaw in Saginaw County, a little south of Midland, where President Donald Trump is scheduled to speak, hold a rally here. You might be able to see behind us, this is an airport in Saginaw County. He's going to be speaking at a hangar in the back over here. Similar to how Vice President Mike Pence came to Traverse City and held an airport rally a couple weeks ago. We're going to show you a little bit about what's going on today. Several hundred Trump supporters are here hours before the president is scheduled to speak. His remarks are going to be at 7 p.m. It's almost 1 o'clock now, and folks have been lined up since the morning. And like I said, there's several hundred people here. Organizers are expecting, I believe 5,000 was the count. So I don't think all those folks are going to make it in, but lots of people have been lined up all day for a chance to see the president. And it's a pretty interesting atmosphere out here today, pretty festive. Almost kind of a tailgate-like experience here in the parking lot. Lots of people selling merch and just vibing out to some music. So my cameraman's going to show you around a little bit, and we're going to go talk to some Trump supporters in a minute. You've been here 2 days.
Not just today, 2 days, overnight, 2 days.
Would you be interested in talking with us a little bit about that?
Sure.
So you've been here for 2 days.
I got here 6:30 yesterday night, but the guy in the Trump suit, the wall suit, he's been here 2 days from California.
This is the front of the line here,
yes,
right?
Yes, I'm number 6 and 7.
Are you from Michigan?
Muskegon.
Okay, so you came from the other side of the state then.
Yes.
Why wait in line that long?
Why not? It's for a good cause. I mean, best president we've had. I know you guys don't agree. I've read a lot of your posts, but
why do you think he needs a second term?
Because he deserves a second term. His whole first term was taken from him from the Democrats and their BS. And it's been BS. Everything's debunked, everything, come on now. He deserves a whole nother first term. Fighting these demons. That's what they are. So
Do you feel better off right now than you were 4 years ago?
I do, and I don't want socialism, and I know that if we don't vote him in, we're going to a socialist, communist country, and we want no part of it. My grandchildren have to grow up in what's left behind, and I'm not going to have to explain to them what freedom was like.
Joe Biden is kind of campaigning as a moderate Democrat. You don't believe it?
No, he is far left-leaning as you can be. He's a puppet, actually. We've been watching his decline for weeks, going down, down, down. They're telling him what to say. They're writing his speeches for him. It's not even him anymore. It's just not.
What are you hoping to hear from the president today when he's here in Michigan?
I'm hoping to hear more of what he plans on doing as far as our economy, getting our economy back. I'm not worried about the whole COVID BS. We're over it. Everyone's over it. We know about the new bacteria they're entering into our food. Our children's food at school. It mimics COVID symptoms. And so they're warning all parents to pack their children's lunches. And so I've passed that on to my son because I have grandchildren in school, and I don't need them poisoning my children through their food that they're giving them that are frozen and sent to the schools. No, I don't know.
We'll have to look into that. I haven't heard about that.
Look that up because
so
it starts with a B and it's a long word. I have it on my Facebook.
I don't mean to cut you off, ma'am, but you're wearing a face shield today. You said you're not concerned about COVID.
We have to wear it to get in, so we have to have it just to get through the door, but then we don't have to wear it.
So you're not concerned about people getting together like this, and we're outside, so I understand the risk is down a little bit.
Not at all. I think if people had bad immune systems or they knew they were sick, they wouldn't come because we're a good group. I mean, people paint us bad, but we really do care about America first. We care about America. So if one of us was sick, we just wouldn't show up. We wouldn't. We would just stay home. But it's been a great time. It's like a big tailgate party, like you said. Yeah. It's been awesome. But we've been here, like I said. I was here since 6:30 yesterday. The guy from California was here for 2 days. So.
Well, thanks for taking the time to chat with us. Appreciate it.
Yep.
We're from MLive, Michigan.
You want to chat with us? We're reporters with MLive.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Can you give me just 1 second?
Yeah.
right, we're ready.
Cool.
Thank you. So this is Jim from Hemlock, which I just learned is a little bit outside Freeland here on the east side. Why? So you were here at the front of the line, right?
Yeah.
So how long have you been waiting in line, and why did you decide to come out today?
Yeah, I got here at 5 o'clock yesterday, and I just wanted to get like the full experience of one of these things. I've never been to one of these things before, and it's history. You know, it's like a historic election, and just be really cool to be a part of, to witness this part of history. So,
what is the experience so far today, and since you've been waiting?
Yeah, it's interesting to meet a lot of really cool people. Yeah, and it's like a little community here. Everybody's real nice and friendly, and yeah, it's been a real good experience so far. Just like tailgating, like at a football game or something like that.
So tell us why you support the president.
Why do I support the president? So I think right now in our country, there's two political parties, and one of them is a political party that backs American values and loves America. It's about structure and law and order, which are things that you need for a civilized society. While the other political party defends rapists and criminals, they attack our police officers, and they've bent a knee to the woke mob. And I don't see our country going in a good direction with that political party led by Kamala Harris and Joe Biden. So that's why I'll be pledging my support there to Donald Trump, President Donald Trump, and voting for him again, because yeah, he's a president that loves America and wants to continue building upon America.
So you mentioned the protests and the riots as one of your top issues.
Yeah.
What leaves you confident that the president can resolve this issue? He's been criticized for being pretty divisive, and this has all kind of occurred under his watch. So why is he the guy that can fix this situation as opposed to bringing someone new in?
Well, one of the most popular attacks against the president is that he's a fascist and that he's oppressive and he's too controlling. And what I really admire about the president is his ability to stand back and let states and local governments do what they think their people need to be done, which, as we've seen in a lot of these Democrat-run cities, is not a very good thing. I mean, we've seen these mobs burn down cities in Wisconsin and Portland, and all over these Democrat-run cities are not defending their local citizens. And President Trump is sitting there waiting for the call, willing to help at any moment in time. And it's just about that local government making that call, saying, yeah, we want law and order here. In Kenosha, Trump came in there and he, they put down the rioting. They stopped it, when he was called. So it's more of a local government thing, although it's happening on, under his presidency. He can't be held, I don't think he can reasonably be held responsible for the local government's mistakes.
Do you feel better off, like, economically? You're a younger guy. I assume you haven't been in the workforce for very long. I mean, do you feel like you're set up for economic success with the situation we're in right now?
Yeah. I mean, the whole COVID thing certainly has taken a toll on our economy, which I think is unfortunate, because up until that time, President Trump had been, I think, making great strides with the economy. And when we're talking about how we're going to rebound after this whole pandemic, I think President Trump is the best guy for the job.
How important is it that he can come here in Michigan to engage his supporters directly, that you guys can get together and have this? Because throughout the summer with COVID, large gatherings like this have been deemed unsafe, and we haven't really been able to have these type of campaign events.
Yeah, well, I think that's partially true. We have had political campaigns from the left under the guise of protests and riots. I think those have had a heavy aspect of politics within them. I think it's really great that President Trump is coming to Michigan, because Michigan is such a on the fence state. It's such an important state for him to win in the upcoming election, and I think he'll have no problem winning Michigan. It's great that he's here. I think he's going to win anyways, because what Governor Whitmer has done, a lot of people are upset with the action that she has taken, and I think the state is definitely going to go red in November.
Great. I think that's all I got for you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Yep.
questions?
Yeah, we're ready to ask you some questions.
Okay, please.
So walk me through this again. You're from Toledo, Ohio. You're originally from Honduras, right?
I'm from Toledo, Ohio, and I was born and raised in Honduras until the age of 20. Then came into the United States legally, married my husband in Honduras, and then I moved to the United States.
So why are you here today?
I am here because I support the president 100%. I believe that he has the best interest for America. Things that are important to me, illegal immigration. I believe that all of us want the dream, but we cannot achieve the dream by coming here illegally. It has to be done the right way. We owe it to our taxpayers to, to respect the fact that they work hard. And if we're gonna give insurance or anything to anybody, it has to be paid for by somebody, and it's got to be paid by all of us.
Would you consider yourself a lifelong Republican, or how did you find your way to Trump?
I am actually a registered libertarian, but when Trump ran for 2016, everything that he was speaking on, like the wall, building the wall, tax reform, trade, jobs for Americans, we have to be, we owe it to our American people to do what's best for them before we do anything for anybody else. And I feel very strongly about all of those issues. Freedom of religion, that's important to me. You cannot tell people that they cannot pray if they want to. I mean, that's a right that we have. And so that's one of the reasons that I support him as well.
So we've got about 50 some days left until the election. Americans have a big choice in front of them, obviously. Do you feel that he's done enough to earn a second term?
I think that since I have been in the United States since 1987, this is the first president that I can actually say sincerely, promises made, promises kept, 100%. And that's why I support him.
And being from Ohio, you're kind of in a similar situation to Michigan, where he won that state and it seems to be going more red. What are you seeing back in your home state in terms of support for him?
Everybody that I know supports the president, even those that are not registered to vote. I obviously encourage them because, it's not just to believe in something, but you have to act on it. And I think the best way that we can defeat any other ideas other than being a free society is to vote on every election, whether it is local or it is a primary or it is a general election. We must answer the question with our votes. Vote for our freedom, keep America great, and let's make sure that we never lose the opportunity to live our American dream.
How do you feel about the president's handling of the coronavirus and his response to that?
I think he has done an excellent job. I think closing the borders to China back in January 31st when he first did it was exactly the right thing to do. And then when he put in place the ban to the European countries, there was definitely a must. If he had not done that, we could have lost probably millions of Americans. He did the right thing, and I think he's the right man for the job.
Part of the reason I ask, obviously, I don't know if you've heard of the news reports about his comments back in February about the virus. I'm interested
from Woodward.
Yeah.
Bob.
Yeah, he had acknowledged back then that the virus was airborne and more deadly than the flu.
I think that for anybody to try to judge what the president said, back then, I think you have to look at his actions. From what I know, actions speak louder than words. And he has done everything that he said he would do, and he has kept us safe. I didn't get coronavirus, thank God, but I know that he has protected many Americans, and we are to be grateful for the job that he has done.
What are you looking to hear from him today when he's here in Michigan?
I want to hear from him what he's always said, that he's going to keep the promises that he made to the American people, that he will always speak to us with the truth, and that his actions will always be what's best for the American people. I will always support him until the end.
Okay, thank you very much. Appreciate your time.
Thank you. Latinos para América. Latinos y para Trump.
all the way from Denver, Colorado, you were telling me.
That's where I used to live here now. So I came
Gotcha.
all the way up from Warren.
Okay, not too far then.
Yep.
A little bit. So tell me why you're here. Why do you support the president? Why physically be here for the rally today?
Because this whole election is like the most important thing in my life that's going on. And this is really between, to me, good and evil. And, you know, it's important that we get this because, you know, we need police officers, we need you know, go out and work. The pandemic never been over, never was. I mean, the numbers are there. This thing, but he's usually doing his speech, and he's using the you know, all his interests. Police, I think we should have this. Everything that the president is saying, Biden is like a parrot. It's like a on his shoulder. It's disgusting. It's disgustingly obvious and blatant. They're doing on the side and on the other agenda. And I'm not the most educated man in life, and I know quite a bit about all presidents and things that have gone on. Never been too much into it. Was always told about the Bible and never too much into that, but I'm pretty much leaning a little bit more towards believing that we're coming down to some serious stuff that God will handle. So that's the way I look at it. And this is important to be here because I like his beliefs in God and country and law and order. I mean, you got to have it, you know. We got to have a good economy. We got to have people out there working. And this guy wants us to be able to say the Pledge of Allegiance and be able to put our flags up, our United States flags, without people saying, well, I just don't like that. You need to take that down, and then people having to take down flags, really? In America? Shit. So that's the only flag that should be flying here.
Do you feel like the country's headed in a good direction right now? Do you feel like things are improving?
I think Trump's going to improve things, and he has been. The things that Trump has done, I mean, we had the lowest unemployment rate ever before the other side started messing with him, and he had to attend a lot of stuff, and then they come up with some pandemics and everything else. Worldwide corruption, just unbelievable.
So you sound pretty skeptical about the virus's extent. Can you explain?
Let's just put it this way. I don't believe it's near as contagious as they act like it is. And the flu and things on the flu and other things that happen, I'm not going to say pandemic. It was worldwide and it wasn't on media, but they weren't locking people down. Some people got sick, some people died, and we built immune systems, and it helped us with the flu and everything. Now, you don't need a flu shot. If you've been alive as long as me anyway, I don't need one because I've had the flu a bunch of times since being a kid and stuff, survived them all. And so now, I mean, I'm pretty healthy for 58. I can turn circles around some of the 22 and 23-year-olds.
Why do you not trust what some of the public health experts are saying on this then? Because, you know, a lot of what they're saying is pretty counter to what you're talking about here.
There's a lot of what they're saying. One saying one thing, another one saying another thing. It just depends on whose side they're on. I mean, it's, you know, I don't believe in what they're saying because I see political beliefs and things behind it. And so I just don't. I think we need to build our immune systems, and if a few people die here and there, if I die, so be it. I mean, that's, I think I'm in pretty good health. I think I'd be all right, but my wife would probably die if she got it. But I don't think the chances of her getting it are. The odds are greater in getting a car accident and dying. The odds are much higher. But we ain't parking our cars and locking them up with boots and everything else, and
We're almost. I think we passed 190,000 deaths today or yesterday. Does that number concern you? Is that
how many what's?
we're at 190,000 deaths in the United States for COVID.
How many people are in the United States?
330 million.
So, 0.0 something like have died from it. 0.0000, whatever. That's really not that many. I mean, the flu season kills, a lot of people year after year, and some people's immunes get it. And it's usually people that die from the flu from other complications. Okay, so that's it's the same thing with COVID, whatever. It's just it's a stronger strain of something like the flu. And when it gets you, especially if you have complications already.
Another thing I wanted to ask is, are you a lifelong Republican, or how did you find your way to Trump?
I grew up as a Democrat.
Yeah.
My dad's still a Democrat, poor guy. But, I grew up a Democrat in the Kennedy days, and through Reagan and
So when did that
a bunch
change?
of others. But that changed within the past 3 years, I'd say. I've been seeing the stuff that's going on and been awakened and educated on things that are going on.
Did you vote for Trump in 16?
Yes,
You did.
I did I didn't really care for Trump too much at first because I thought he was it's just the way he is. He's a good guy, but I think, I kind of put you off the way he says stuff, kind of cocky like and stuff, but that's because he can be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so be it. He's heading us in a good direction.
Last thing I'll ask you, what are you looking for him to say today? What do you want to hear from him here in Michigan?
I want to hear him, a lot of things. Shoot, anything he has to talk about as far as our country, I'm willing to hear him out on for sure. So, I mean, there's not any one particular subject I want to hear except for winning and getting this country back to being America again, without us disrespecting anybody. Like you, go back home. If we disrespect you, you don't like it, go back home.
All right. Well, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Hey, hold this for a second, will you?
That's all right. They're moving folks closer to the front now, so I think we're going to sign off. But we will have more coverage from the rally tonight, from outside the rally tonight as well. If you check back on MLive.com, we'll have plenty of info of what's going on here. The president's appearance in Freeland. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.
Yeah.